Yo, what's going on guys? Hennis here. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you guys how to add some commands to your YouTube live stream. This is one of the most helpful features for broadcasters in my opinion because it allows not only yourself but also mods and frequent comers to the channel to remind other people in the chat to follow your Twitter, subscribe to your YouTube channel, drop a like on your stream, follow your Instagram, and an infinite amount of things you can think of. If you're unaware of what commands exactly are, they're short little keywords that people can type in the chat, usually preceded by an exclamation point that can trigger a certain response from the bot. So for instance, if somebody were to type exclamation point Twitter in my YouTube stream, the bot would reply saying, make sure you follow my Twitter with my Twitter link, twitter.com/prohennis. And so when you have a sudden surge in viewers or something really intense is happening in the game, you can use commands to trigger responses for the bot to say, drop a like in the stream, subscribe for more great content, and like I said, follow the Twitter as well. It's a great way to help boost other social medias and just increase viewer engagement overall. So before we move forward in this tutorial, I am assuming that you do have FussBot, the bot that we're going to be using for this tutorial, set up and configured for your YouTube stream. If you don't, I've already uploaded the tutorial on how to do that. I will have a link to it in the upper right-hand corner in the cards, and there will also be a link in the description down below. Assuming that you have everything with FussBot set up and configured correctly, the first thing to do is go over to the configuration tab and make sure that you're on the commands tab here on the left hand side. And then underneath custom commands, this is where you will see a list of every single command in your live stream, along with the return text, so what the bot is going to type in the chat every time the command is triggered, a required rank, if there's a minimum rank requirement in order to trigger the command, and a timeout, which is how frequently the command can be triggered in your chat. So we'll start off by creating a very basic command to drop a like in the stream. So I'm going to click new command down here, and right here next to the command field, this is where we're actually going to type the command in the stream. So I'm going to call this command exclamation point like. Now it's very important to precede the command with an exclamation point because if you don't, what will happen is if somebody just leaves a random chat message with the word like in it, then the bot will automatically get triggered and the return text will be entered into the chat. So for instance, if I were to type in the chat and say, hey, I like your stream, the bot would see that as, oh, the word like was used, and then it would trigger the return text, which in all honesty, you probably didn't intend for. So that's why a lot of bots will use an exclamation point to distinguish whether or not it's a regular chat message or a specific command. So since this one's going to be called drop a like, the command is just going to be called exclamation point like, and the return text will say, be sure to drop a like on the stream. Now the command timeout is very important for all streamers of all sizes because it limits the amount of times that the command can be spammed in your stream. So if I have the command timeout set to 1 minute, that would limit the command to only be used once every 60 seconds or once every minute in my stream. And that would prevent somebody from just going exclamation point like, exclamation point like, exclamation point like over and over and over again and choking the bot and ultimately resulting in a lot of unwanted spam in your chat. You can set this interval to whatever you want. However, for my live stream and for the speed of my chat generally, I usually set the command timeout to 1 minute. You can also set the timeout to be user specific, which means that this command timeout wouldn't be global. It would be for a specific user. So that means that if 5 people all came together and all typed the command at once, it would respond for each one of those people. But if one of those 5 people tried to type it again in a time frame that's shorter than 1 minute, they wouldn't be able to. So for me, I leave this unchecked because I want the command timeout to be global. Now the minimum user rank, this isn't really important for most of the general commands that you'll make in your stream. You'll want anybody to be able to trigger this command in your chat. However, you can limit it to only moderators or only subscribers, which means that only moderators would be able to type in this command and the bot would respond, or only subscribers. And the final option is to hide the command on a streamer website. I'm assuming that most of you guys don't have a FussBot streamer page for your own channel. If you do, then this may be something you'll want to consider. That does require a Patreon pledge of $5 per month. I personally do have that because I use FussBot a lot, but I'll talk about that in the future video. So once everything's configured here, you can click Save Command, and you'll notice that the exclamation point like command has been added underneath your custom commands window. So now that we've got this all set up, I'm going to head back over to the dashboard, make sure that I've selected default channel chat, and click connect. Now in order to test and make sure that this actually works, head to your YouTube live dashboard and type the command that you just created into your chat, and if you press enter, the bot should reply with whatever the return text was for the command. And you guys can see right there, ProBot did respond by saying be sure to drop a like on the stream. So that confirms that the custom command does work. You guys can make an infinite amount of commands, and these are great ways, like I said, to increase viewer engagement, to remind people to follow your other social medias, or to even go and check out some of your friends if you're streaming with other YouTubers. And that is the end of this tutorial. I really hope you guys found this helpful. If you guys did, make sure you drop a like in the video and subscribe to the Pro Tutorials channel if you haven't done so already. And ladies and gentlemen, that is all. I'll see you in the next one.